A rectangular prism has a length of 12 centimeters, a width of 6 centimeters, and a height of 13 centimeters. Determine the surface area. A rectangular prism is a three-dimensional object or solid that has 6 faces that are rectangles. The surface area is equal to the number of square units it takes to cover the outside of the rectangular prism. And because there are 6 faces, to determine the surface area, we need to determine the sum of the area of the 6 faces. The surface area is given by the formula S equals 2 times the length times the height plus 2 times the length times the width plus 2 times the width times the height. 2 times the length times the height gives us the area of the front face and back face. 2 times the length times the width gives us the area of the bottom and top face. And 2 times the width times the height gives us the area of the right face and the left face, which is the reason why this sum gives us the area of the 6 faces, which is the surface area of the rectangular prism. Going back to our problem, the length is 12 centimeters, the width is 6 centimeters, and the height is 13 centimeters, which means the surface area S is equal to, again, 2 times the length times the height is 2 times 12 centimeters times 13 centimeters plus 2 times the length times the width is 2 times 12 centimeters times 6 centimeters plus 2 times the width times the height is 2 times 6 centimeters times 13 centimeters. Notice how I did leave the units on the length, width, and height. This emphasizes the units of the surface area. Notice centimeters times centimeters is square centimeters, which will be the units for the surface area. However, we often leave the units off until the very end and write the surface area as S equals 2 times 12 times 13 plus 2 times 12 times 6 plus 2 times 6 times 13. The next step is to determine the products from left to right. 2 times 12 is 24, and now we need to find 24 times 13. First multiply by 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Record the 2, perform an exchange with the 1. Next we have 3 times 2 plus 1, which is 7. Before multiplying by the 1, we record a 0 in the 1's place value. And now we have 1 times 4, which is 4, and 1 times 2, which is 2. And now we add 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 4 is 11. Record the 1, perform an exchange. 1 plus 2 is 3. The first product is 312. And then we have plus 2 times 12 is 24. 24 times 6 is 144, which if we need to, we can check. 6 times 4 is 24. Record the 4, perform an exchange with the 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14, giving us 144. And then we have plus 2 times 6 is 12. 12 times 13 is 156, which if we need to, we can check. Multiplying by 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3. Record a 0 below the 6. 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1, which does give us 156. The last step is to determine the sum. The surface area S equals 312 plus 144 plus 156, which equals 612. And again, the units are square centimeters. Of course, if we need to, we can check the sum. Giving us a sum of 612. So we know the surface area is now 612 square centimeters, which means it would take 612 square centimeters to cover the outside of the rectangular prism. Let's also write the result as a complete sentence. The rectangular prism has a surface area of 612 square centimeters. I hope you found this helpful.